I am so excited about the way that intelligent insurance will have a tremendous impact on our industry. And Guidewire applications will help our customers to continue to be uniquely successful. For years, you have relied on us to help with applications for product management, distribution, policy servicing, billing, and claims. But what's changing today is how those applications work together and how they're being infused with intelligence from the underlying platform. Most specifically, including context specific to your organization. That helps you, of course, to be able to differentiate in markets and to deliver the best possible experiences for your customers. So today, I plan to show you what you can do right now and what's coming next, end-to-end across the entire insurance lifecycle. Let's begin where everything originates, with product definition. It's where you're designing and configuring products that are perfectly suited for your market opportunity. It's where you capture the needs of the market, the kinds of risks that you want to underwrite, and the experiences that you want to deliver. All of this is possible with the powerful engine that is Advanced Product Designer. APD allows you to launch products faster, to be able to just jump on market opportunities, to make necessary regulatory changes, and to work seamlessly across business and IT. APD unlocks the capabilities across the rest of the value chain. In the past year, we've updated APD to make it faster and easier for your teams to collaborate, specifically for your product teams to be able to work together on common properties across products, as well as editing of shared product definitions. Now, as exciting as that is, I know what you're all really waiting to hear is how do you get your current products onto APD? Diego will talk a lot about that in just a little bit. Moving along the insurance lifecycle, though, a product becomes real and makes impact when it is priced and rated. It's the point whether you determine whether a product will thrive in the market, whether it will be profitable for business, and if it is actually going to deliver the benefits to your customers that you anticipate. And the important thing is that until you can actually get that product in the market, truly every moment matters. For too long, pricing and rating have been treated as these separate disciplines, with separate systems, separate processes, and separate teams. And that separation slows insurers down and really constrains your competitiveness. But intelligent insurance demands something different. It requires more agile pricing and rating, and that's exactly what we're delivering with Pricing Center. By bringing these together, carriers have seen acceleration up to 90% to introduce new changes to market. Pricing Center empowers actuaries and pricing teams to build, test, and deploy advanced pricing models rapidly, and it eliminates the IT bottlenecks that Mike was talking about earlier, so that you can quickly respond to changing market dynamics. A great example of this is Bright Insurance, which is a subsidiary of Fairfax Holding, who operates in South Africa. They were able to reduce their change cycles from months to weeks. In the very competitive market in South Africa, they knew that not only did they need to change their technology, they really needed to change their culture as well in order to stay ahead. So they completely reshaped the way that they thought about pricing and modeling, and they brought these together in Pricing Center. And so truly, what had taken them months typically to make changes now only takes a few weeks to land in market. And they're confident that they can continue to stay ahead of the competition. I also have to say, I cannot tell you how incredible this moment is to announce Pricing Center. This is the first new insurance suite application since 2007. At the risk of actually aging myself a little bit, I worked on some of the earliest Claim Center implementations. So this to me is incredibly exciting to be able to talk about a new insurance suite application, and it truly shows the power and the potential of Guidewire Cloud. Pricing Center is available today for personal lines and small business, and complex commercial is soon to come. It also works best with a native integration to Policy Center, but can actually work with any of your policy administration systems, including Insurance Now. So you can use it to support your products no matter where they sit. I want you to get a glimpse of how fantastic Pricing Center is. So I would love to invite David, co-founder of Quanti, to the stage. David? David, great to have you.
Hi, everyone. Let me start with a strong statement. In today's market, speed is everything. And very often, the speed is the first casualty when it comes to the complexity in the pricing process. So I want to show you how to avoid that. Let's have an example. So you're an insurer, and you just bought the new book of business. Your priority is to launch the rates as quickly as possible.
David, do you mind showing us what that looks like in Pricing Center?
Sure. Welcome to Pricing Center. The graph you can see is the full representation of the business logic for newly acquired personal auto line in California. And for actuaries and rate developers, this is all they need. Every assumption, every calculation, every rule is clearly mapped out right here. It's not just a rating engine, it's like unified canvas where all people engaged in the pricing process, actuaries, rate developers, data scientists, they can work together and they can speak the same language.
I can see how effective that is for them to be working cohesively in the same place.
Exactly, Christina. And with that logic built, let's show how quickly we can deliver that to the market. But hold on. Experienced rate developers will know that launching a new line or book of business often means new schema requirements. And this is the place where the project will be massively slowed down. This is because of the schema mismatches, miscommunications, and just endless back and forth between IT, rate developers, product. Not with Guidewire. Pricing Center is automatically synced with the APD to fetch the most recent product definitions.
And that's a huge benefit. As you were saying, the time that's wasted trying to understand, are you working on the right version of the product or not, to have that at their fingertips is incredibly helpful.
Yes, I think being natively architectured with APD is really making this process smooth. Okay, the logic is built, the schemas are aligned, we're ready to go live. So with just a few clicks, we'll do the magic, and we're on production. This is not a simulation. This is a live deployment done in seconds. Just to confirm, I will ask my colleague Piotr to open the Policy Center, hit quote, and there it is. The new book of business is live, responding with the new rates. But you know, launching product quickly is very important. But the market never stands still. The competitors are constantly adjusting. There are new regulations. Insurers just need the agility to respond. So let's do something even more exciting. Let's say your portfolio analytics team flagged declining market share for a specific segment, let's say SUV cars. So probably there's something off with the collision coverage. So the actual team make a change. They decrease the rating factor. And this change is already here. It's on the graph. And when I say change, this is very important. Because the Pricing Center, the beauty of the Pricing Center is that the change can be everything. It can be simple rate change. It can be a little bit more complicated modification of the rule or formula, or it can be as complex as switching between different sophisticated actual models. So the pricing and rating teams work together to get that change staged. Now, with that change being done, Pricing Center automatically recalculates all dependent logic. And here comes the question. What will be the business impact of that change? To answer that question, we seamlessly connect to the latest portfolio data in the Guidewire Data Studio. And then the users of the Pricing Center have this massive BI capabilities tailored for the pricing purpose. So here we just generate the impact analysis dashboard. And what you can see are different KPI metrics like loss ratio, average conversion rate, average premium across different segments and geographies.
I think it's incredible that you were able to accomplish that without doing a major data extract. You didn't have a giant spreadsheet to wrangle. and you're putting the information into the pricing actuary's hands without a crystal ball required to understand what the impact could be by the time the rates finally hit the market, it feels like it's almost immediate.
Yes, I think what we saw was a data-driven process done in real time. Now, with that change being done, our team is happy with that change. Our team is happy with the impact analysis and what could be. It's now time for what will be. So they are selecting the new version, and with the same confidence and control like previously, promoting these changes to production. And this is critical, because what goes into production is exactly what they just analyzed. There are no potential mismatches or translation errors. The integrity of the change is guaranteed. And just like that, the rate change is live. The underwriters are now quoting, ready to capture the market share. All that happened in the time it took us to have this conversation. This is the power of the Guidewire Pricing Center.
David, it's absolutely fantastic. Obviously, we've talked about this before. We are so thrilled to have you and your team as part of Guidewire. Tell me, I mean, we're very excited to be able to bring this capability to all of our customers. What does that feel like for you and your team?
That's a good question, Christina. So, we've built Quanti together with my team for the last 5 years in tears and joy, providing the pricing and rating experience, like the best pricing and rating experience to our customers. And now as a part of the Guidewire, being embedded in the ecosystem, with Data Studio, APD, Policy Center, I actually want to welcome all of you to get the value of that and join in this adventure.
Fantastic. And hopefully many more points of joy and fewer tears to come.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you so much, David. Appreciate it. And Pierre, thank you so much. So far, we've talked about how defining and pricing a product sets the right foundation for success. But even the best priced product won't deliver the results that you expect unless it reaches the right market. And that's where distribution comes in. It's where you connect products to opportunities through agents and brokers or directly to customers. It's about creating great experiences that make it easier to do business, to strengthen relationships, to match your appetite, and to help you grow profitably. This past year, we've delivered new capabilities in Jutro digital platform designed to elevate the experience for everyone involved. Along with our many consulting partners, we have a growing library of Jutro templates designed to help you quickly and easily create experiences that will set you apart. It's the ability to take these templates very quickly, apply them specifically to perfectly match your brand and service. Some of the great examples lately have been quote and buy experiences for personal and commercial auto and workers' compensation, as well as first notice, producer, policyholder, and claims experiences. Now, a great example of this in practice is CNA Insurance. CNA, using APD and Jutro, can now launch new specialty lines products to the market in just 3 to 4 weeks. I think that is absolutely incredible. CNA was one of the first Guidewire customers, and in fact, I worked on their original Claim Center implementation on the first generally available version. Now, this was so long ago that there actually wasn't even a version number to talk about. It was simply just known as Claim Center. So now fast forward to 2023, when their CIO, Jane Pacell, whom you saw in the opening video, described on the connection stage that their transformation was a journey and not a destination. Since then, they became the first insurer to work with us on a full adoption into APD across their product set, and they used Jutro to rebuild their portal in just 4 months. And so now they can offer a streamlined experience for agents for products like workers' comp. The most important piece of all of this, though, is that they reshaped their business processes. They took the opportunity to really step back and understand how to do things differently. And they're, of course, proving what's possible when you are willing to challenge the status quo. Now, continuing down the insurance lifecycle, at the very heart of insurance lies underwriting excellence. And this continues to be one of the toughest challenges our industry faces, particularly in commercial lines. But we have a bold vision for the future of underwriting. We know, of course, that underwriting is where risks are evaluated, where decisions are made, and where profitability is truly put to the test. But today, especially in commercial lines, underwriting is challenged by tons of manual steps, disconnected data, and very cumbersome workflows. There are, of course, several point solutions that are available, but they really only address parts of the problem. Our vision is to change that. We want to create an underwriting experience that's faster, more consistent, and powered by actionable insights. We want one that frees underwriters to focus on their intelligent judgment and to actually spend time engaging with producers and customers while pretty much automating everything else. An underwriting center is our vision for a unified, intuitive, and intelligent commercial underwriting experience. This isn't just a concept, though. We're starting with our new AI-powered underwriting assistant, and I'm sure you all want to see it. So please help me welcome Joss to the stage. Joss, so good to have you here.
Hi, Christina. Hi, everybody. I want to bring you into the underwriting world with me. So picture this. It's Monday morning, and an underwriter opens her inbox and sees anywhere from 50 to maybe 100 new submissions waiting. Now, every submission is a mix of attachments in different formats, have-filled forms, contradicting data, and of course, a broker asking for indications within hours. Now, somewhere in the array of data that an underwriter may be looking at for a given submission are all the clues that determine whether that risk becomes part of your book of business or someone else's.
So, Joss, I love how you've depicted all the components of a solution, but I have to be honest, I feel like you've been a bit kind in the way that you've depicted it. It seems like it's almost too neat and tidy compared to the reality.
You're right. It looks too neat because reality is way more chaotic than that. Let me show you a real-life submission. What we have here on the screen is a typical E&S submission. This one is for workers' comp in E&S. And by looking at it, you might actually say, well, that's pretty solid. The broker gave me some context. There's a half a dozen attachments in there. But the moment that you start to click into each one of the attachments, you may find a handwritten report like this one.
Okay, I have to be honest. It would take me probably minutes to decipher the handwriting, let alone to try and understand what the context of it is in the submission.
Yes, and by the time that you're distracted trying to figure out how this applies to the submission at hand, 10 more submissions just landed on your inbox. And that's the reality of underwriting today. Too much data, too little time, and not enough clarity to make decisions at this stage. That's why at Guidewire, our mission is simple. We want to turn messy submissions like this one into intelligent underwriting decisions.
So Joss, you have to tell us, how is this going to happen?
Well, that's where Underwriting Assistant comes in. The moment a submission arrives, it gets automatically processed. We extract key data from the attachments. Now we leverage that information to go online to the underwriter's trusted sites, or we can call third-party data sources like Hazard Hub or Science. We do clearance checks. We also check appetite against your underwriting guidelines, and even complete or compute prioritization scores, and deliver that output right back to the underwriter in one single motion. So the magic behind the scenes, though, is that the challenge in building this wasn't really in automating all of the steps that you see here on the screen. It was in creating a new craft. We engineer context, fine-tune prompts, build evaluations, and refine that recipe until the results reach a level of confidence that underwriters can trust. So what you see here isn't just a generic LLM. It's intelligence built for our world. And it helped us take a manual triage and clearance process that on average takes about 72 hours to just under 10 minutes. And what was manual and reactive is now intelligent and automatic. Now, let's take a look at that report from that previous submission. Okay, so what we have here on the screen, it's a single report that tells the story of the risk. It tells the underwriter where to focus, what's complete, what's missing, and what matters.
And Josh, so I've noticed that this is directly available in email, which is terrific because we know that's where underwriters live. Are there other formats that you could actually get this report through?
Yes, you're right. So it could be visible whatever you want, actually. It can go right back into your email, into your policy administration system, in Underwriting Center, or all of the above, all without the underwriter having to rekey a thing. This is what modern underwriting looks like. Intelligence that meets you where you already work, doing what every underwriter wished happened automatically.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, so saving the underwriters from rekeying is a huge savings. But moreover than that, they're not just stuck at their laptops the entire time trying to get through submissions. They can be spending time where they want to in the field and the market. It's really fantastic.
Yes, and that's why we're so excited, because this is just the beginning. What we built here isn't just another tool, it is the foundation for Underwriting Center, where every stage of the submission lifecycle is orchestrated from triage all the way to bound and renewals, and it's how we envision carriers digitizing their unique processes and encoding their secret sauce, and finally make underwriting as dynamic and intelligent as the people who do it.
I love that. Joss, I remember, so we shared something kind of similar to this at Connections last year. When is this available for customers?
What you're seeing here is real and is available today in early access. So if any of your teams are grappling with manual triage and clearance process, come talk to us. Underwriting Assistant is ready to be put for work and turn messy submissions into decisions in minutes and not days.
I love it. So just, we've actually walked through a ton of stuff. I'm sorry, I realized I forgot to ask. I saw that there was the Open an Underwriting Center button. Can we take maybe just a couple seconds to click on that?
I could, but I won't. You'll have to be back for tomorrow's keynote where we'll be talking all about Underwriting Center.
I love it. So that is a phenomenal teaser for tomorrow. If you were excited to learn more about Underwriting Center, as Joss said, you've got to be back in this room tomorrow morning. So excellent. Joss, thank you so much. And Jen, thank you. Okay, how incredible is it that we are announcing 2 new Insurance Suite centers today? Are you as excited as I am? I think this is amazing. Okay, so as we continue through the insurance lifecycle, of course, once a policy is bound and issued, that's when you want to deliver the best possible support to your policyholders. Over the past year, we've enhanced Policy Center with a variety of features, like dashboards for premium analysis that enable you to really have a portfolio mindset in the way that you manage and monitor your business. We've made progress to simplify workflows by allowing you to use autopilot with Policy Center. That also then allows you to tie into some of the automation that you've used in Claim Center with autopilot. In Billing Center, we have funds tracking coming soon. That includes the ability to send refunds directly back to the original payment method so that you can truly disperse with confidence. Okay, brace yourselves though. We've made these phenomenal announcements about all these applications today, but we are also delivering one of the most requested features for Insurance Suite. You will now have the ability to have multiple tabs open for different policies or claims at the same time. So the experience for your, I love it, good. I knew that there was excitement about that, thank you. So your users, whether they are CSRs, servicing policies, whether they're claims handlers, they are going to have a terrific experience versus having to toggle around to look for the information. Okay, now, I heard some noise, but I expect to hear a lot more noise when I ask for our Insurance Now crowd. What? Come on, this is one of our loudest groups. Where is everyone? All right. Well, thank you. So we have welcomed 9 new Insurance Now customers to the community in the past year. And the majority of our Insurance Now customers are on GWCP, meaning that they have an ease of updates and more access to platform capabilities that will continue to make the application more comprehensive. And with the introduction of ISO rating as a service, it means that you can bring standard products to market even faster. Okay, now finally, we come to the moment of truth in insurance, claims. It's fulfilling the promise to policyholders. It's when customers need speed, clarity, and empathy most, and where the experience that they have will truly define how they see you as an insurer. We're focused on improvements that make claim handling more transparent, more intelligent, and faster. Claims Intel, in particular, provides actionable intelligence that is based on the most comprehensive data set in P&C. It represents an incredible $275 billion in DWP. And it's available to Insurance Suite and Insurance Now customers alike, displayed clearly for adjusters to be able to see insights and to act on them. It's part of our broader industry intel, and Claims Intel models are already delivering strong results. With only a few models in place, participating carriers are already reporting a half-point improvement in auto BI and collision against their loss ratio, and a quarter-point improvement in their loss ratio for workers' compensation. If you're not already participating, join the EA program, come see some breakout sessions. We are only getting started here, and I cannot wait to see what we're going to be able to unlock for the industry. Now, the adjuster of the future will be supported by this team of AI agents, working on their behalf to evaluate, to take action, and to learn from past behaviors. But most importantly, of course, the adjuster remains the decision maker. Imagine if an adjuster had an AI agent that they could use on every phone call to transcribe and summarize and extract the key data. And maybe that agent was also working with something like an empathy signal agent. And so if there were specific verbal cues in the conversations, those wouldn't be missed. Or perhaps there was actually a subro agent separately that was constantly looking for opportunities and the ability to act on recovery. These are just a couple of the many great examples and use cases really across the entire insurance value chain. And the carriers who most effectively orchestrate these agents and models will have a tremendous competitive advantage. In claims, a terrific example of this is how our AI-powered claims assistant is going to enable a much better experience for all claims handlers. So with that, I would love to invite Connie to the stage.
Hey, Christina.
Hey, Connie, thanks for coming.
So glad to be here. So I want to show everyone how Guidewire is making the world for adjusters so much better. Okay, we know that adjusters are using a powerful core system like ClaimCenter. It's great at storing every single claim detail. But the challenge is adjusters spend time navigating and clicking. They're trying to find that key information just to work on the claim at every stage. So imagine doing that for all 150 of your claims. Or taking over for an adjuster who is out on PTO. It's really daunting. So our focus is on extracting immediate, actionable context. And we're going to do that with claim summarization. This is our first AI capability of Claims Assistant. So we're bringing together all the most relevant claim details in a single screen. We're starting to move things visually. We've got tiles for high-level facts of loss.
Oh, and I noticed too the Claims Intel models that we were talking about are visible so that it puts some really important information in the adjuster's hands.
Yes. And we took all those pages of really unstructured notes. We used AI to turn this into a really easy-to-read summary. So instantly, you know what the claim's about, and you know where it is in the whole claims process. So in fact, our pilot customer is hollered in here. Make some noise. No? Okay, I know you're here. Okay. They found that their adjusters could save 80% of their time just reading a summary like this. That meant they could get to the action quicker, making a payment, calling that customer back, and keeping that claim moving forward. So this is a game changer.
Connie, I mean, I really see how this truly empowers claim handlers. How were we able to make this possible within ClaimCenter?
Yeah, so I'm thrilled to announce that in Olos, early access customers can leverage foundational models, and they can do prompt editing. So that means they can create one summary for an auto physical damage adjuster and a totally different summary for their bodily injury specialist.
Okay, that is my favorite part. So based upon your area of expertise, you will actually get a claim summary that's tuned specifically for you.
Exactly.
Very cool.
And as Mike announced earlier, we're expanding that with ProNavigator. So that means adjusters will have access to relevant policy information and standard operating procedures directly in Claim Center. So let me show you how. We're going to go back in time with Brittany Turner's claim. I'm going to work on this claim, so I'm going to go into my work plan, and I see at the very top that I need to make initial contact with Brittany. I'm going to get guidance from my assistant down in the bottom right-hand corner, and I can see that there's contextual awareness. So this means everything that's returned here will be based for personal auto in California. Okay, this is great. And this is the cool part. So no matter where I am in Claim Center, I can click on Claim Summary and see it right here again if I ever need to refer back to it. Okay, so I'm going to make an initial contact with Brittany. I need to learn more about her, so I'm going to navigate to the Policy tab in Claim Center.
That's fantastic. So I see that Brittany is a Platinum customer, but what if an adjuster has never worked with a Platinum customer before?
Yeah, so this is the best part. So rather than just having a few specialists who can handle Platinum customers, you can now enable any one of your adjusters to do that because they will have the necessary expertise right here in Claim Center. So let's take a look at the suggestions, and we'll click on this one to find out how to best service a Platinum customer. So this is a live demo, which means right now we're getting context, it's looking at the knowledge sources, and it's going to return a result. Okay, so here it is. That means I need to, the guidance is telling me I need to make an introductory call within 4 hours of assignment. I have to provide a status update every 48 hours. Okay, that's great guidance, but let's say I'm new. I'm a little scared. I've never spoken to somebody like this before. I need to be prepared. So let's ask a follow-up question. I'm going to type in, I've never spoken to a Platinum customer before. Please give me guidance along with a brief script for my first contact with the claimant. Okay, we're going to execute that. Again, live demo. It's thinking, looking at context, referring to the LLM, and it's going to come back with a response. So let's take a look at what the response is. Okay, here it is. Look at what comes back. We've got a pre-call checklist, a set of key principles to keep in mind, and the most important thing, that script for an introductory call. And this is all based on the standard operating procedures. So I am set up for a really successful first call with Brittany. So I'm going to tell you what happened because I know it happened in just a few seconds. I was able to get guidance from Guidewire coming from context, and then I can get standard operating procedures, looking at those articles, and it's bringing everything back into an intelligent UI right here in Claim Center. That means it eliminated the need for me to consult an outside manual or maybe talk to a supervisor. And this is available today.
It's phenomenal. I love it. I've spoken to some customers who have used ProNavigator already because they were part of our InsurTech Vanguard program. But now it's so exciting that they're part of Guidewire. So what's coming next?
Yeah, so we saw with Claims Assistant, we're already leveraging all the data that's within the system of record. That means we're creating that claim summary that you saw. And then we're expanding on that with ProNavigator by incorporating that standard operating procedures. So in the future, Claims Assistant will continue to become more powerful. We're expanding that knowledge base, and we're getting more precise context. So we're really empowering adjusters to drive outcomes. We're transforming them from seeking data to become guided decision makers.
Connie, I think this is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing this. I do think it's really going to change the way that adjusters work. And just based upon the glimpses that you've shown, I know you have a breakout later, and I am certain that that is going to be a packed session. So thank you so much. Connie, thank you for being here. Dimitri as well, thank you so much.
Thank you.